Okay, good morning, everyone. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Just leave a message or put up a reaction so that we can
Yes.
start. All right, thank you very much. So, good morning. My name is Toby. I am the Business Development Manager at TriPep, and we're here to, just discuss very briefly how it is possible to have clean water. And clean water is a clear choice, which is the theme of this webinar. And I promise it's going to be very short so that we can, have questions and also discuss further on how, businesses and homes can transition into a better way of having water without relying on packaged water. So I think I'll start with a very short presentation. So after that, then we'll move on to the next item. Um, just give me a second.
Yes, we can see your screen. Go on.
All right, thank you very much. So clean water is a clear choice. So we're here to talk about a smarter, safer, and sustainable way to hydrate at home and the office. It's no news that water is a concern. Water is a basic necessity for life. Every day we drink water, and I hope if you've not drank water, you've already had one this morning because having water every day is a basic need for life, basically. So why we're here is we're here to uncover what hydration is all about. Because I know if you're familiar with TriPep's page, you will hear hydration, hydration all the time. Talk about hydration, we say sustainable hydration, and we're going to uncover, very briefly what that is about and very simply. And then we're going to understand the impact of hydration on our environment. We're also hearing about the new policies banning single-use plastics. So we're going to try to understand why that is about and what is the way, houses and businesses can move forward without this ban really negatively affecting us as individuals and businesses. Then we're going to explore practical, sustainable hydration solutions, and that's where TriPep comes in. So the crisis of water in homes and offices, it's common. A lot of homes have poor water quality. We are not able to drink or cook with the water. It's terrible in some areas. Some areas like let's say Port Harcourt, where we've worked quite a number of times. Let's Lekki, Lagos Island. There are a lot of areas in Nigeria where clean water is not as easily accessible as some other areas. So poor water quality is a common factor that is one of the crises of water in homes and offices. And that is why every time, in offices, you have dispenser bottles. At home, you're either buying sachet water, you're buying bottled water to cook, to drink, you know. So that takes us to the second point of the crisis of water when we're talking about the recurring water purchase. In order to stay healthy, like I said earlier, water is a basic necessity of life. Every day, you have to drink water. You need water to survive. So you're always having to buy water just so that you can drink, so you can cook. And in some even more extreme cases, you have to buy water so that you can do even the basic domestic cleaning and all of that stuff in the house. That so that discusses the recurring water purchase, which is a problem for many companies and many homes as well. Then we're talking about the frequent refill stress. I mean, we can relate to when you have to change dispenser bottles, when the water runs out at the worst time possible, when there's no, is when you go to the dispenser in the office that there's no more water there. It's usually a problem for many organizations that we've worked with and even homes as well. The refill stress and downtime, it's a problem. Then now we move on to the problem of plastic waste as well. So if you're looking at plastic waste, it's a very big problem for, you know, our environment. Personally, we might not necessarily understand the intricacies of plastic waste. And when they now say they want to ban single-use plastics, it's a problem because most of the things we rely on, like water, are all packaged in single-use plastics. So if they are going to ban single-use plastics, how else can we access clean, healthy water in our homes and offices? But then let's take a scenario where just 5 million Nigerians take one sachet water or one bottle water every day. This is a statistic that's actually scary. Just 5 million people, I mean, in Nigeria, we have about 200 million people. But if we're taking a sample size of not even everybody is buying water, a minimum of just 5 million, which we have more than that, obviously, take one bottle water or one sachet water every day, we're going to end up with over 1.8 billion single-use plastics in our environment. 1.8 billion. And we only recycle about 5%. And that would leave us 1.6 billion. So if you have 1.6 billion plastics being turned into the environment every year, one of the reasons why we are having flooding, the temperature is getting hotter because of reliance on plastics. And there's a whole lot of environmental problems with this plastic waste. But the solution is not just to send the plastics. We need sustainable solutions to mitigate the effect of removing plastic from our society. Then we have the gallons in dispenser water not tested and traceable. This still goes back to the point of you know questionable water quality. I know that there are a lot of good water brands that we can trust, but there are also a few of them, especially we're looking at the sachet water brands that you cannot trust. And a very funny and short story. I visited a friend a while ago, about a year ago or so, and they gave me pure water in the house. I've not taken pure water in like years. It's been probably 5, 6 years. I haven't had to buy sachet water ever. And then I had to take the water because I couldn't really turn it down. And the next week I landed in the hospital. And that was when they even realized that the sachet water that they've been drinking so far is not even as pure as it seems. So, there's a question of, where can we really get clean water? So this causes, I mean, this is why TriPrep, we, segmented the problems of water under three core, aspects when we're talking about the health, our finances, because you have to buy water every time. And then there's also the environmental strain of having to purchase, of relying on packaged water. So there's a health strain, financial strain, and environmental strain. So now let's talk about what is in your water. I mean, if you want to have clean water, pure water is basic. You have the basic element of water, which is H2O, and then you can have essential minerals. The essential minerals are good to aid absorption of water into the cells. I'm a biochemist, so I can really talk about the biochemical reactions of how hydration is used in almost every enzymatic process in the body. But we don't need to go into that. All you need to know is that for you to hydrate properly, you need basics of pure water. That is the basic element of water, H2O. Then the essential minerals, these are like cofactors or coenzymes, but the cofactors, the ions that are present are minerals that would help your body use the water effectively. So that is what you basically need in pure water. But then in most cases, we have bad water. Even though the water might not look very bad physically, but we can relate to, the unseen impurities and problems of water. I mean, many of us, we can have clear water in our sinks and everything, but that doesn't mean you trust it 100% to, hydrate. So then you can have germs, you have dirty particles like sand, rust, like in cases of pipes, when the water goes through the pipes, you're already questioning the quality because um, rust, sometimes metal pipes, and also the slime from the microbial growth that happens in in the pipes. So over time, this just explains the problem of, you know, where can you actually get clean water? There's also the problem of odor. Then there are chemicals and plastics. Chemicals sometimes come from even the treatment systems, the large-scale treatment systems. And we understand that these systems are there to remove some level of impurities and all of that stuff. But sometimes, especially in the cases of like disinfecting water with chlorine and all that, it raises some questionable health concerns. That's when we talk about chemicals as something that are not present, that should not be present in water. Then we also look at plastics. So there was even an analysis that said for every 1 liter of water you drink, you ingest about 0.5 micrograms of what we call microplastics. And microplastics are very terrible in the body. There's a lot of research going on around it, but so far it disrupts a lot of respiratory functions. Sometimes they even say it causes cancer. It's implicated in dementia. A lot of things that you would wonder. Some of these things they don't know the cause, but then microplastics have been linked to a few of them, and they're still ongoing investigation. But this just boils down to the fact that plastic, even in your health, is a problem. And but we don't really have many alternatives. Like if you're going to drink water, you need to buy bottled water or dispensers, and you don't have the choice, really, at least not until recently, which we're going to discuss the sustainable solutions. And one of the ways this plastic gets into the water is that it's one thing to package clean water factory and get it down to you, the consumer. But during the course of transition, sun touches these plastics, and it is when these plastics are heated, those microplastics leach into the water. You don't see them. In fact, they are very, very tiny. You almost never notice them. But then they are present in every plastic packaged product, which we is most of the products that we consume. So you have chemicals and plastics as problems. Then you also have heavy metals, which some of us can perfectly relate to. Water is hard. You're not able to use it to do anything. It stains your kitchen, your toilets. Heavy metals are present in your water. And in some cases as well, there's even salt. So these are the things that are present in bad water. And you can see that to remove all of these things, you need sophisticated integrated systems that can handle these various levels of impurities you get, just so that you can have the pure water, which is your H2O and your essential minerals. So we've talked about the problem of plastics. Every plastic counts. Every time you buy, we've made a scenario of 5 million Nigerians. Every time you buy one plastic, one bottled water, one sachet water, it contributes to the problem of plastic. It is not really our fault. It is the reality of the of things as it is in the country. And you can see this carbon emission, this smoke in the air is one of the reasons why we're having, uncontrollable heat and unpredictable weather and climate. And that's where the problem of climate change comes in. So single-use water habits slow down Nigerians' growing goals, hence the ban of single-use plastics. But it's not just to ban the plastics, we need a solution to what we can use instead of plastics. So then for our financial discussion, we're just going to have a very quick quiz that I would like for all of us to participate in. So one bottle water costs about 200 naira. So if you're going to buy at least, let's say two bottles in a year, two bottles every day for a year, how much would that cost? And I'd like you to drop your answers in the chat box. And then we would also share if you're to, if your office, this is in case of offices and businesses and even homes as well. If you're buying 10 bottles of dispenser every day, I think it's cost about 2,000. But let's just take a sample cost of 2,000 naira every day for a year. How much would you spend? So I'll be waiting. I don't think there's need for AI in this our responses. Use a calculator only. For the uh, dispenser bottles, I think that would be about 7 point. Okay, that would be about 7.3 million. Okay, two bottles for 146,000. Yes, that's accurate. Thank you very much, Miss uh, Ayodele Ogunjabi. Thank you very much, Victoria Almutala. Okay, Victoria Almutala got the dispenser for Mr. Ayodele, the regular bottles. Thank you very much. We'll be in touch, so we're going to discuss how you're going to get your bottles. So I think we'll just give it to both of you so that we can move on from this. Thank you very much for participating. So the this bottles, the single-use bottles, the bottled water will cost 146,000 naira every year. That's the thing, it doesn't end. You're going to keep buying it every year because you need to drink water every day. And trust me, you even do more than that. You drink more than that actually because uh, the standard for, according to WHO, is supposed to take about 1.8 to 2.3 liters. And two bottles is barely 1 liter, just about 1 liter. I need about 1.8 to 2 liters every day. So you're going to have to keep buying bottled water every day. The cost never ends. Sometimes it runs out at the worst times possible and all of that stuff. And also dispensers, 7.3 million every year. If you're buying you're consuming 10 bottles a day, 7.3 million naira every year for water alone. There's an organization that we consulted for recently, and they're spending about 63 million naira in just two locations of their office every year on this same dispenser refuse. You get so the cost never ends, and that is one of the financial strains of accessing water in Nigeria today. So basically, the smarter way to hydrate is to have a hydration system. have a water purifying system in your home and in your office. And the way this helps is that first, the water purifier should be able to guarantee your health, access to healthy water, because your health is the first priority. The water must be pure, because the only reason why we're buying water now is because the water that is available to us is not pure. It's not like we don't trust it to be healthy. So you rather buy your pure water or your bottled water or your dispensers, as the case might be. And there's the financial strain, there's the environmental strain, but most importantly, because of your health, you're doing this, or you're buying water. So if you're going to have a water purifying system in your home or in your office, it must be able to guarantee that first off, the water is perfectly pure and healthy. You should be able to take the water from your purifying system to any laboratory, and they will tell you, oh, this water is actually very pure. That is it. And then the second solution to the problem of plastics is that when you have a purifying system, your health is guaranteed. Now you're able to use reusable bottles. I mean, a lot of environmental campaigns will tell you make use of reusable bottles instead of buying water. But if you're going to have reusable bottles, where would you get clean water from? You still need, a trusted source for clean, healthy water so that you can, you know, embrace this sustainability that we're always talking about. Talked about the health, we talked about the finance and the environment. So now, in terms of finance, your water purifying system should be cost effective. It should save you money in the long run. I mean, you should have a purifying system that gives you peace of mind that, oh, you're not going to have to bother about buying water anymore. And when it even comes to maintenance, it is very minimal, it is very cheap, it is very easy. It doesn't really disturb any aspect of my daily life. And that is where we at TriPep come in. We have been in business for a little over 10 years now. We've been providing homes and businesses with purifying units. We have over 8,000 daily users, drinking pure and healthy every day without relying on packaged water. And through our 8,000 users, we're able to prevent over 50 million single-use plastics every year. 50 million is a lot, but if you compare it to the problem of plastics, we've already made a scenario of about 5 million Nigerians. 50 million in 1.8 billion is a lot, it's very minimal. So even though we're able to prevent over 50 million plastics, there's still a lot of work to be done. And that is why we're, reaching out to as many people as possible to let you know that there is a better way to hydrate where you don't have to pollute the environment, you get to protect your health, and you even get to save a lot of money on water purchase. And that is what we've been doing. So I don't know if you can give me a second. I want to confirm if our um, guest is available to quickly come on board and share the news with us before we close. Okay. Is our guest available? Any of my people, Mr. Tony, should I just move ahead with the demonstration?
You can move on. Not there yet. Not there
Okay.
yet.
All right. No problem. So that is how, that is what TriPipe is about in terms of clean water is the correct choice. So now I'll be showing you a sample of what we do. This is our office here in Lagos. Um, so if you return to, I guess we can all see it now. So this is what we do. Can I get a copy, please? Copy, thank you very much. So this is an example of what we do for buildings, for offices, for homes. They're able to install this, and this is able to guarantee healthy water for them, home or their office. So they connect to whatever refined source we have. You're able to get clean water. Now I am taking water and I am not relying on plastic. I am very, very sure that the water here is pure and healthy. And I don't have to buy water. This is just a very clear example of how easy it is to access clean water. We're talking about this. If you're going to have something like this in your home, there are some basic things you need to ensure that the purifying system has that guarantees you access to pure, healthy water. And I'll be using this one of our hydration systems as an example. So to start with, Our system has what you call a sediment filter. You have a sediment filter, you have the alkaline cartridge, you have the preactivated carbon filters, you have the reverse osmosis, which we must have heard about. Then you have the UV disinfection. Then you also have the ultrafiltration system. And finally, you have the alkalizer. So now we know we talked about the various, things present in bad water. So when you have all of these systems put together in place, you can be guaranteed and be sure that irrespective of the impurities present in your water, you're able to access clean, healthy water in your home and in your office. We've worked with a couple of organizations, a lot of schools to actually buy into this idea. We have about 5 schools in Abuja already. We have about 3 schools in Lagos. Dangote in Ogun State, we have a lot of customers in Lagos, in Abuja, in Ogun State, in Oyo, in Rice. People are already buying into the idea of saving cost in water purchase, uh, protecting their health, and protecting our environment from plastic waste. I mean, I was able to get water without buying bottled water. That is the idea. And the whole system is automated. So I'll put you through exactly how it works in a second. So just let me turn it up so that you can see. Now, here is the hydration system. That's a tap where I have depends on. So it has a tap where you can easily get water from. This one has a stand. All of those filtration systems that I mentioned have created this system. And that is basically what you have in a standard water treatment system, where everything has been compressed into a very simple unit that guarantees you pure and healthy water. So then now it also has outlet for the body water, it has an inlet for the primary water. So this white is the inlet and it takes water. So you can see we have a sink here that's just your regular sink in your kitchen. It is connected underneath here. So this is basically the distribution. Once you have one, we're just going to send it. This is like the water into the system, and then it takes the water itself. The whole process is automated. Next to electricity, it is very energy efficient. Once you turn it on, it's going to start purifying the water, takes water into the system, purifies it, then it stores it in a tank. You can see the level of the water here. It stores it in a tank. And once the tank is full, once again, it will stop on its own. As it is purifying this water currently, you can see the wastewater. This is the wastewater. All of this is done just to show you exactly how it works. When we work with fire, we like to keep all of these steps moving. So turn this into the we'll just wait for it to go directly to just to show you that this is the bad water. Even this water, for some of our clients, we're just running it so that we have something to share that we are also protected and watching efficiently. So this is how simple it is to have clean water in your home and your office. So companies like Dangote actually they already have a similar system set up across their plants so that their staff don't have to buy dispensers. We have a few units in Access Bank headquarters currently undergoing the POC. We have in British Nigerian Academy as well. Okay, thank you. So we have in British Nigerian Academy. We also have it in Lakeside Academy. Most recently, we had installation in Banki's private school in Abuja. We've worked with a number of organizations that time will not permit me to go through now. So the meeting is almost over, but I just want to know if anyone has any questions so that we can, take questions and notes and then we can wrap up the session today. If you want to talk, you can just let me know and I'll let you do. Is there any hands raised? Okay, I think we're all good. Does anyone have any questions? Big page. Okay. Sorry, Mr. Tony, would our guests still be coming on board?
Well, I've been trying to reach her. I can't get through to her yet.
Okay. All right. So
Actually,
yes,
we want to
yeah,
want it's a guest in Ikoyi who has been using
someone
the
from
product,
Italy
uh,
to come and
and I
show
think
you how this thing actually
w-
works in the home. It's actually one of the
yeah.
former House of Assembly members, and he bought into the idea, and they're saving a lot of money because their water, they used to have a lot of water delivered to their home on a daily basis because first they can't use the water to cook, and even not talk less of drinking. And then, they have a lot of bottled water, a lot of dispensers, and even the regular town deliveries for their basic domestic needs. But with a very simple and sustainable solution like the one I just showed you, they don't have to bother about that anymore. So that's what we've been doing. And if you're looking to adopt this solution in your office or in your house, which most of us have, said we want to have it in our office, in our houses, you can just send us a message. We said we're going to give. Okay, Miss Mojisola Adepipa, would you, if you want to speak, you can unmute, or if you would rather just drop your message in the comment box. Anyone is accepted. Okay, I don't know if you want to speak. But yeah, if you're looking forward to this solution, we said we're running promotion for the course of this webinar that you get to once you registered for the webinar, you can put your orders in because I know if you want to buy it for your house, all you need to do is fill out an order form. You can ask us for it and we'll send it. But sorry, let one of my team members drop the order form in the comment section. Victoria, please can you help us with the order form. So if you want to do it for your house, wherever, you can just fill out the order form. We'll send you an invoice once we confirm. For the sake of this webinar, if you've registered and you're getting it off of this webinar, you have free installation, free delivery. So you don't have to bother about the cost of that. You're just going to pay for the system. You have that for the cost. But after this webinar, after today, there is no free installation or delivery. So we're going to have to incorporate that into the cost. Um, and then if you're looking at it for your office or something, and and we understand that the process for businesses takes a little more time. So you're going to have to engage with us personally. We can, there's what we have the finder's fee that if you're going to facilitate us engaging with your office members, we can do a free demonstration if you would like us to come to the office to see if this is actually fits your office. And then once we're able to agree, we'll be in business together and then have all of this set up in your office once we come to terms. So whichever scenario you're going for, if you want to run it for your own, just fill out the order form and then we would, reach out to you shortly. And if you want it for your business, just contact us, send us a message, and or I think all of you have received a message from us, so you already have our contact. And if not, you can check all of our social media on Instagram, tripep_H2O. We're on LinkedIn, Tripep Global, on Facebook, Tripep Global. We're also on TikTok as well as Tripep Global. So you can contact us anywhere and we would be in touch. So,
Hello, hello,
okay.
Toby.
Yes, sir.
Remind them that it can be connected to their dispenser directly, so they don't need
Oh,
to.
yes. So for
Yes, because
businesses,
this is a model that is different from the.
okay, so true. Thank you very much for reminding me. So these systems can actually be connected to your dispensers. So it's not like as if you have to throw out all your dispensing units. The same dispenser, we're just going to replace the bottle. Can I have the sample bottle, please? Thank you very much. Okay, that's that one. We're sending it out together. Have you put Okay. So you can have something like this. This is actually what we do for our businesses. You have this put in place of your dispenser bottles and it will be connected to the system behind you. So once this one fills up, it will stop automatically. Once that one fills up, it stops automatically. And then you're able to take water from your regular dispensers just like you do currently. So it's just a purification system that saves you money, that saves you energy on filling dispensers. I mean, with this, you don't have to be carrying bottles all around, so you're good to go. And then you're also protecting our environment from plastic waste because this is the ultimate reusable because you get to use it as many times. In fact, almost forever. Nothing lasts forever, yeah, but you get the idea. You'd never have to bother about dispensing liquid anymore. All right, so the form is available. If you're looking at it for your business, for school, for bank, for real estate companies, I mean, I'm just listening to people we've worked with because, or if you even as an energy company, for as long as you're using dispensers and you think that you can save a lot of money on buying dispensers with this solution, just reach out to us and we'll help you set up, in no time and provide you with all of the information that you need. I think in the absence of our guest who was supposed to come up, I think she has a personal engagement at the moment, so that's why. Thank you very much. So that's why we're not having her now. But if there is no other questions or comments, I think we should call it a day. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. We will be in touch. Recording for this seminar, available in our email. So just stay tuned. By this week, you'll receive a link to access this webinar. And if you have further questions or anything you'd like to engage with us personally, our phone number is always available as well as our social media and our emails. Thank you very much and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you very much, Mr. Benga. It was lovely connecting with you as well. All right. Have a lovely evening. Have a lovely afternoon.